Hello. Hello. Is this thing working? Is this thing working? Hello. Hello. I don't know. I don't know. Make sure that everything's all plugged in. Hello. Well, I think this thing is working. I don't know because it's not showing me at the bottom. It hasn't not worked before, so yeah. So a subscriber's asked me to title the video like this. It's not a bad one, so don't worry. It's just a drawing video. So I'm going to draw a picture of my neighbour who comes to my house occasionally and helps me out with some stuff, and I help them out with some stuff. So yeah. So just the usual stuff. To a free page. Right. Now, I hope this turns out all right because maybe I can give it to him. And I'm done. Okay, so let's place the camera down there. I've titled the video. Right. Yeah, there we go. I do have my sharpener this time. I don't know what happened to that. Just fell under the computer and I've lost it. Okay. Get the pencils out. Okay. Yep. All right. So what I need to do is set up a sort of a where the top of the head is. So maybe about here. Oh, I don't know if that's going to be right. Now, my kind neighbour is actually an elderly man, so I don't know if that just doesn't really, I don't really like that. It just doesn't feel right. Just looks too big. You know what I mean? So let's see if we can fix this side up a bit. Okay. So that's the top of his head to the ears. Wow, I don't know that this one's going to turn out that well, just looking at it. Just focus on one side. He's missing hair on top. He's got hair on the sides. So something like that. And it doesn't have a beard. His hair doesn't go down behind his ears. But are you using a rubber on your elderly? No, definitely not. Definitely not. No. No, he comes over and he helps me with some things. Like he helped me fix my lawnmower the other day. Oh, sort of. I've got to finish it, but he's a good guy. He's a good guy. And you know what? At his age, a lot of people still aren't as active as he is. He's very active. So he's going on holidays soon. So that gives you an idea. He's still out and about doing stuff. Maybe the hair. I don't know. Do the lips. And he's older, so he's got wrinkles. Put some wrinkles in there. That's actually a good trick if you want to work out how old someone is. See if they've got wrinkles on their eyes. Hey, pussycat. Come up here then. She wants me. So his hair will be grey. I feel like his face is too wide, but maybe it's because I haven't added the nose yet. Like that. Okay, eyebrows. Eyebrows. Probably have little eyelashes, not big ones. They sort of fade as you get older. Younger people have like more defined eyelashes. I'm doing this all off memory. Neighbours' lives matter. Yeah, having good neighbours is really important. You know, if you want to go out and you've got a pet and somebody wants, somebody can feed your pet, that's all right. And also, if they go out, you can look after their place as well. So it goes both ways. It goes both ways. So it does help. So put some hair there. Won't worry about this ear because it's sort of covered by the side of his face. Who is this you're drawing? Oh, this is my neighbour. My neighbour. I don't know that it's a very good drawing. Everybody needs a good neighbour. Yes, absolutely. It's always good to have good neighbours. I've already met a couple of my new neighbours when I move into my house. Aha, okay. So I know a couple of my new neighbours, but I haven't met every single one of them yet. So, and he is quite broad across the shoulders, so give him big shoulders. And he always likes to wear this blue jumper thing. Trying to remember. So we put a line up there for the arm, line up there for the arm. Yes, good neighbours do become good friends. I've been quite fortunate in a lot of the places I've lived that I've had good neighbours. I think there's only one time when I sort of wasn't really sure, about where I stood sometimes. Chest, yeah, doesn't look right there. Just try maybe like that. Still doesn't look right. Sort of trying to get a definition there. So it sort of gives a bit of a 3D perspective. Oh, that's too far back. So put it about there. Something like that. Can always fix it up. Because he used to be a farmer, so he was, quite active. Come on up then. Come on then, Pushcat. Jump up. Yes, jump up. Doesn't want to jump up. Wants to know what I'm doing. Okay, so let's see. Put the top of the door here. Top of the door is there. My door hasn't. Open it up. It goes inside. Actually, can't see it. So, but the flywire does. So, put that like there. Off memory, that's how the door goes. Can you draw bouncer next? I can look up who that is, and I can try. I was actually thinking of drawing Vladimir Putin as a Star Trek captain. That's what I was thinking. Because I actually wonder what he would look like as a Star Trek captain. And that's the flywire door. I thought it would be kind of interesting to see Vladimir Putin as a Star Trek captain. It's this metal door thing. It's got an Adam's apple. So. That's all right. Bouncer the Labrador. Oh, a dog. Yeah, I could give drawing a dog a go. I don't think that would be too bad. Your neighbour has a big head. He must be very smart. I think it's just because I what do you call it? The way that it sort of came out. I don't know that he does have a big head. I wouldn't say that. I mean, it wouldn't be any bigger than my head. I just got my proportions wrong there. Let's see. This is the flywire door. Just trying to make it look like a flywire door. Because you can't see the main door, because the main door is, I think it opens up towards inside the house. Where's James Charles? Oh, I don't know. I forgot about that one. Let's see. I did, honestly, that's what happened. I just forgot. Sorry, I haven't been doing videos much. I just haven't been. Draw him behind your neighbour. I don't think there's any room. There's only room on the side here, and that would be where the lawn is. So the lawn sort of goes like that. Can't really see. Just like Joe Biden. No, he doesn't look like Joe Biden. He looks kind of like, oh, how would I describe him? I'm trying to think if there's anyone famous. I'm not actually sure. I was thinking of someone, but that wouldn't be like, no. The person I was thinking of wouldn't be right. Who was I thinking of? That guy that plays he's in the movie. He always plays a smart guy. But not quite accurate. What's his name? Stephen Fry, but like older. But then I don't think that's right because he doesn't look like Stephen Fry. James Charles. I'll get onto that James Charles one next time. All right. I'll give it a go. Well, I don't know I haven't seen much of that person's stuff, so I don't really know them too well. He has darkish skin from being in the sun. So that's eyelids have sort of like a pinkish thing there. Erase the fence. Oh, that's the flywire door. That's the flywire door. That's what that is. So that's, I don't know if you can see, but yeah, there's like red brick, and there's a meter box there as well. I think the proportions of the face are a bit wrong. Might have been better to go like that. That's too late now. Can't change what I'm doing. If I change it, it'll look even sillier. I'm not doing that. I think, yeah, the cheeks and everything, I got that wrong. They should be slender. Maybe like that. Maybe like that. Ah, well. It is what it is now. Mr. Beast is is a hero. Oh, is that guy that gives away money all the time? I always wonder where he gets all his money from. Like, the amount of money he gives away, like, you think to yourself, there's no way that man has any money left. Gives away money like left, right, and center. He should be broke. I mean, where does he even get all that money from? That's what I want to know. Where does he get all that money from? Because I mean, it has to come from somewhere. Excuse me. It has to come from somewhere. You can't just pull money out of your butt. Doesn't have a mustache or anything. Mr. Beast earns money from YouTube. It's his job. Yeah, I know. But I don't think YouTube pays that much. As far as I know, YouTube wouldn't, like, you'd have to have a subscriber count of well into the probably, let's say if you wanted to actually do it as a job, you'd have to monetize all your videos for one, and two, I think you'd have to be getting views in the counts of like hundreds of thousands to millions of views. like that would be the only way, because I think they'd only be giving you about, you know, I think, yeah, I just don't like, and if you're one of those people that really, really try to do really good, clean videos, and, there's a lot of editing and there's a lot of like things that you don't see. I can remember when I used to be writing to my video making, like people wouldn't see how many hours. I can tell you that one video I did, it was like a fake commercial, and it was just done as a joke. And that video took me for 1 minute 30. That video took me 3 hours to edit. Yeah. So, and that's like, that's not even like, if it is so hard to get a video like, even like just the amount of effort you have to put in, like that there is so much that you wouldn't see. Yeah, it's like even Mr. Beast, he probably, all his videos probably take him, or probably take someone, he's probably got somebody that does it for him now, but he's probably, his videos are about 20 minutes long. I reckon they would take a couple of days to edit up, if it's done right, because you've got to cut out all the stuff that you don't need, and then you've got to cut, and then you've got to put in like you got to, yeah, it's because you get a lot of extra footage. He invested from the start, made a fortune. Okay, so he's an investor. One day I'll be able to invest as well. One day. I don't know when that'll be, but yeah, that's the, I think he's got darker grey here. Then I'm going to grab one that's too light. Can you draw smile dog? I could try. Hang on, I really should write these down. So there was Bouncer. Hang on. Let me just have a quick squizzy. Bouncer the Labrador and a smile dog, and the other one was James Charles. All right, next drawing video, I'll just draw all three of them in the same video. that might work. That might work. Do you know who is Smile Dog? No, I don't actually. I don't. Who is Smile Dog? I actually don't know. I don't know. I could Google that. A bit of hair on top. Sometimes you get a bit. Can you search it up? It's Smile Dog Creepy. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of something else. I was going to say, is that cartoonish looking thing? But then I remembered that's the, what's his name? I forgot. And it had that, it's a creepypasta. Okay. I get it now. I know creepypastas, or at least some of them. I find some of them a bit silly. Like, I know they're not real and they're just, just stories people have created. But sometimes you think, like, I don't know, if you listen to the story of the Jeff the Killer one, you're sort of like, really? The cops were really that bad at their job that they couldn't see the obvious? Like, how bad at your job do you have to be? Can you search it still? Oh yeah, I can. Hang on. All right, get out the old phone. Smile dog. Nope. dog. Creepy pasta. All right. Oh yeah. Is that it? Hang on. Is that it? It's a Alaskan Malamute with a demon face. Search bouncer from neighbours. All right, hang on. Bouncer. Bad phone. Bouncer from neighbours. All right. Well, I mean that's what comes up. It's a Labrador. It's an actual dog. It's an actual real dog. They used a real dog on screen. Huh. Oh, I suppose that makes sense. I suppose it gives it a more what is it? Yeah, well, that show was based to be, like sort of like a typical family suburb kind of deal. So, I don't like the fact that my door frame is black, and when I'll be wasting my black pencil. Oh well. Can you search up Burton Jennings? Hang on. Yeah, okay. Hang on. Let's see. Burton Let's spell this right. Egan. Okay. That's what comes up. That guy. I've seen him before, actually, in movies, I'm sure. Home Alone. I'm sure I've seen him in different movies. I'm sure about that. I'm not really that savvy when it comes to, what do you call it, popular, new media type people. I don't really know who celebrities are. I swear a celebrity could walk down the street and I wouldn't know them. Let's see if I can get this jumper right. So we need, yes, I think this will do. It's like a purpley greyish blue jumper. Actually, I don't think that's the right blue. Or even, no. Let's have a look what colour it comes out as. It's almost identical. Let's have a look. So that's that one. And then it's virtually the same. No, it's green. It's like a grey. That's too dark. Maybe what I'll do is I'll go over it with the blue and then I'll go over it with the grey. And then that will... I didn't know many celebrities and started watching YouTube. Now I feel like I know so many. Do kind of... Well, I mean, it's not that I think celebrities suck or anything. They just... I mean, for me personally, they're not people that I would know in my life. They're not. I usually just focus on the people I know in my own life. So it's not that I dislike a celebrity because they're rich and famous. I don't care. It's more that I don't know them, and I'm never really going to, and I might see one, but yeah. Oh, most of them are Freemasons. You know what? Where I live, I found a Freemasons hall. There's actually a Freemasons hall where I live. I asked someone about it. They just said, "Oh yeah, some people go there every now and then." That was about it. Because I was a bit curious. Like, obviously, you hear about that stuff, and then you think, "Oh, like, I wonder, what's your opinion on Home Alone 3?" I didn't like it. Honestly, I didn't like Home Alone 3. 1 and 2 was good. 3 was terrible. That's just my personal opinion. I think they overworked that franchise, and they should have just left it be. But that's everywhere. Oh, are they everywhere? Are they? Because honestly, like there's a hall downtown, and I was a little bit. See, even these proportions around the should make it like that a bit more, because it doesn't look right to me. Maybe like that. I feel like that's more like what a human looks like. Yeah, I was curious what what they do. What's their what kind of club is it? Is it just a club where people just go to drink and get free booze, or like what do they do exactly? That's what my curiosity of the Freemasons was. Like, do they have like an actual purpose? Maybe I can say that I believe my pop was a Freemason. I believe if what my dad told me is accurate. So as far as I know, that I mean, I think you have to get invited to join the Freemasons. So I don't think you can just go wandering in there. They'll just tell you to go away. So I think that's how it works with them. You have to be invited. I don't know if they take in females, or whether or not it's just a male. It's just a male. What do you call it? A male club. All bad secret societies. See, I don't know. I don't know that it is bad or good or bad. It's just. I'm just putting some grey shade in there just to try and give it that bit of the old jumpery look. I don't know if this is accurate though. Probably not. I would say the proportions are wrong. Like his head is too big. Definitely bad, not good. Well, like I said, I don't know. I mean, if there's anyone in the Freemasons that are watching this video, perhaps you can enlighten us as to what Freemasons actually do, if anything at all, or whether it's just if it's just a club of some kind. That's all I could say. Since none of us, since it's all, or I don't know, are they allowed to talk about what they do? Is it one of those things that if they talk about it, they'll get booted out? I don't know. There's actually some dark clubs out there. Just believe me on that. Yes, there's a lot of those clubs that worship devil, like devil worshipping clubs, and that definitely not good. When it comes to things like that, obviously, it's not necessarily them praying to the devil. It's their intentions that are bad. It's not that they themselves might be bad people or anything. It's just that their intentions might be bad. Like, because you can't be a part of something like that and it actually be a positive thing. In fact, I'd say it'd be very negative in your life. So I don't know why anyone would want that. Yes, they can be killed for giving up their secrets. They are Luciferians. Well, Well, there you go. So you don't want to join a club like that, because if you don't want to get killed for something. Jeez, it's not worth it. Kind of a. It's not exactly what you would call a. Well, I didn't realize the camera had moved. Yeah. Let's just get back to what we were doing. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know that that what they do is. I mean, look, if that's true, then I would say that they would have to. Well, they'd have to really think about what it is that they want, because that can only go so far, and yeah, that's not a good thing to be a part of. And like I said, it's not the it might not be the people themselves, but it's the intentions behind it. That's what makes it bad. I know a lot of those secret clubs, those elitist clubs type things. They do nefarious things, but I don't know if the reason is what people think. I don't know. I think they do it because it's like sort of like, so all those rich people are always in the spotlight, so it's sort of like their way of sort of getting back at the world, you could say, like, haha, look what we're doing, you can't stop us, kind of deal. So we'll put the brickwork. House. Like that. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Maybe if I do the picture. Skull and bones. Oh, sorry, hang on. Yes, females. Sorry, I got a bit behind everything. They're behind the New World Order, all bad secret societies. Yes, females too. Okay, it's like skull and. I've heard of skull and bones. Is that actually a real thing, or is that just something Hollywood invented for their TV shows? So they had like a secret society that didn't technically exist, that they could sort of say, that's sometimes people like, some things aren't what they seem. I mean, the people that are in these secret societies, I mean, I guess what you could turn around and say is, are they bad, or is this like, or are they just, is it just like a legacy thing, or real George Bush and his dad were all members? Oh yeah, oh yes, I know of the one you're talking about, where they supposedly sacrifice animals on an altar, and I think people had tried to sneak a camera up there, and there was like a girl on an altar. I don't think she was dead or anything, but they were doing weird stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. This is apparently from the people that I can't say for certain, because I've never seen anything like that in my life, and I've not seen it. I've seen articles and videos, etc., but I've not actually heard of it happening. Well, I mean, I don't think I don't know exactly the full details behind that, so I can't really say for certain. I'm not saying that they don't, just that it's highly possible, but as for the why or any of that, I really don't know. Could be anything. Like I said, I think it's more of a rebel without a cause kind of deal. I think a lot of these what do you call it, secret societies, is sort of like a way for people to sort of rebel against society for what they can't do in their normal lives. Is how I would see it. So they do what they think they can do to get away with. Sorry, I'm just drawing the bricks of the house, because the door sort of goes towards the bricks. Then you see the grass, and there's like the road off there. I think we'll use a brownie colour. The bricks aren't all red. we need to separate the brick colour. All Illuminati. See, are the Illuminati even real? That's the thing, because I mean that to me sounds like a Hollywood concoction. I'm not saying that what you're saying to me is wrong. It is possible, but I think if you actually try to track down the Illuminati, if you went out of your way to find them, I don't think you would actually find anything. Like, I don't think there's anything to find, and I don't know if it's... And if it really was a society like that existed, there would be some kind of paper trail. You were talking about Bohemian Grove. I don't know. Bohemian Grove. I don't know Bohemian Grove. Is that Freddie Mercury? I mean, he was a singer. I know that. Let's see, Bohemian Grove. No, I'm not sure. I don't know Bohemian Grove. A bit of red on this brick. The Trilateral Commission, the Bilderberg Group, and the Rothschilds. Yeah, I've heard of the Rothschilds. I've heard of the Bilderberg Group. I haven't heard of the Trilateral Commission. I suspect that those people aren't exactly in a club per se, for the simple reason that they're so rich that they can have anything they want anyway. So it's more of a fact of they don't need to be in a club to achieve what they want to achieve, because they've already achieved it. They already have ultimate power. They already have so much wealth. They'll never ever have to worry about money in their life again. They already have everything that these things are set out to do. Their actual organizations. I've definitely heard of them, and I know that they exist. I know that the Rothschilds exist. I think more as they're like an LLC company, I think is what they are. Something like that. And George Soros open societies. I've heard of George Soros. I heard, but that's more from the right-wing media. I've heard that. Not to say that they're wrong. They're just saying that George Soros is this person that's trying to start anarchy in the streets, etc. So that's what his end goal is to destabilize every government around the world, something like that. I don't know how true that is, or whether that would actually be beneficial to anyone specifically. And there's grass on the other side of the road. Okay. Right. Let's see what this thing turns out like. Okay. All right. Australia is actually a registered corporation under America. I'd believe that, actually. We are America's bitch. That's what you could call Australia. America's bitch. We do whatever America tells us to do. And I mean, look, when you look at Australia is not a big nation. It's a fledgling nation. It's only existed for about 200 years. And it's grown rapidly in that 200 years, but it's not going to survive on its own in the big wide world, just like a lot of other smaller nations. It's just how things are. So I don't know if Australia would do that for tax. Well, no, because Australia would be charging tax. So I actually don't know why Australia would be registered as an LLC or as a company in America. I'm not saying that. Look into Treasury documents. I'll have to check that out. That sounds interesting. I would like to know why they would do that, though. It's confusing because Australia is not a corporation or a company. It's a country, and like we pay, like we as residents pay taxes, which pay for services, same as any other country. I do know that that other nations, they, and I don't know if they do this to see. I don't know why anyone would do that. It's interesting though. It certainly is interesting. I don't know what it would lead to. I don't know if you could turn around and say that there was there's probably a logical reason for it. Maybe because basically Australia is, if whatever America does, Australia will follow. Basically, America is the because we're not big enough as a nation yet to basically have a bit more independence on what we want. For example, like how our what wars we take part in, for example. And it's interesting because Australia spends a lot of money on military. Like when you compare us with all our neighbours, when you compare us with all our neighbours, we actually spend more money than any other nation in this area on military. Like I think we spend a few years ago we were spending about $20 billion on military, which is still a lot of money. But at the time, that was what was a practical thing to do. And now that all these new technologies have come out, and basically you have to get the new technology, or your nation falls behind, and you risk being like a target to any stronger nation. And so now we spend about, I think it's about $40 billion on military alone. So it's actually so that's what most people think. Google if we are a registered corporation by America. Okay, I'll have to do this now because I need to know. Is Australia a registered corporation in America? Let's have a look. What comes up is it says the Commonwealth of Australia is a Form 18-K United States SEC registered entity representing the nation of Australia for the purpose of securities in the US market. So I think it's to do with money. It's strange. It certainly is strange. It definitely comes up. It's definitely registered. It's got something about the Australian Embassy, debt securities. It's about money. Debt securities is to do with money. So it says the registration has been subject to various conspiracy theories, most to the idea that Australia ceased being a sovereign nation following the formation of a corporate entity, or that the entity violates the Australian Constitution. These corporate conspiracies are baseless. The registration of Australia, blah, 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 did not create a corporate entity, and this does not violate Australian sovereignty, US regulator. It just backpedals on itself. It doesn't actually explain how or why anything. It just says that it isn't, and then it says, that's it. Yeah, exactly. Told you, mate. Right, back to the drawing. Yes, so well, there you go. I think it's hard to you got to be careful when you read into these things, because you got to remember anyone can write anything on the internet. That's half the trouble of the internet, is you don't really know what's really true sometimes. So sometimes you just got to take everything you read on there with a grain of salt. Roblox. I don't actually play that many games. I've been just watching a lot of TV and that, catching up on that. So I don't actually play that many games. His lips just stick out a bit there. His eyes. His eyes. I mean, I can search Roblox. That's the brick wall of the house. Into the actual Treasury documents, it's real, all right. Oh, I believe you, and I've seen that it even says that it's real. What would be interesting to find out is why the Australian government did that. Like, what was the purpose behind it? Because there'd have to be a reason they did that, and I would say that it's got something to do with legal things. Maybe it's to do with trade. So the Australian government can trade on the Wall Street. I mean, it said debt securities, so its purpose is to do with money. So that's it seems to be its purpose. So I don't know that. It's. I'm not saying that you're wrong or that. It's sometimes something is it sounds nefarious, but then when you look into it, it's like, oh, that was the truth behind it. Like that was actually pretty simple. Like not complicated at all. So sometimes that's what things sometimes appear worse than what they really are. That's why it's in the Treasury files. Yeah, that does sound pretty sus. You want to know something interesting about the Australian something that would shock you? So that's our picture. Turn it around for you. So I'll see if I can give you a. Okay, so neighbour. That's the lawn next to the front door. That's the drive. That's the road. That's the lawn across the. No, I can't see that. That's the lawn across the road. That's the brick wall of the house, which probably should extend above the door here, but I was a bit lazy. That's the flywire door, because the flywire door opens out. Thank you. Yeah, but there is actually, like, you want to know something interesting about the Australian Reserve Bank? It's a private entity. It's not owned by the government. I don't know who actually owns it or runs it, but if you want to know something interesting, so the Reserve Bank is who gives money to the banks, basically. So the banks go, we're going to borrow this much money. So, for example, me buying my house, the bank I'm with, they go, right, we'll approach these people and see if it's all approved. You can borrow your money. We'll borrow the money from them and you pay us back the interest, and then we pay them back the money. So I don't actually know who actually runs the Reserve Bank. And if you look into it, you can't actually visit the Reserve Bank. You can't talk to anyone there. You can't even find out what their policies and procedures are. There's like literally no information about it. It just exists as a building. It's like a great big building in the middle of town, like, well, not in this, like where I live, but like, the capital cities, where all the capital cities are. a great big building there, and has Federal Reserve Bank written all over it. Has like the Australian emblem, and the kangaroo and the emu holding up that thing, looks like a coin. And then it basically, you can't just walk in and say, who exactly like runs this place? Like, what is I know what your purpose is, I know what you do, but like, who are we actually borrowing money from? Where does the money even come from? Do you guys just draft up bills? Like, is that how it works? Like, you go, right, we're going to write up, like, yeah, coat of arms, that was the one. Yep. And no, I'm not a vegan, and I will never be a vegan. Never going to happen. I just couldn't do it. It's not in my nature. Vegan teacher. Oh, did you end up getting to be a what is it? The thing. You were trying to be a moderator on her channel. Did you end up getting that, or did she not do that? I don't know. So I have a feeling that yeah, I love a good steak too. I'm not a vegan, but just the memes. Oh, right. Yeah. No, I honestly couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I like having choices, and saying to myself I'm not going to eat a certain thing just doesn't appeal to me. So yeah. Anyway, I think you'll also find, I don't know if if you're interested, I don't know if the Reserve Bank in America is actually a private entity as well, but it's very possible that it is. And I would be curious as to who runs it and why. Like, where does the money come from? Do they borrow it from other countries? Like the money got to come from somewhere. Money just doesn't, you got to actually do something for money, and money has to be created and has to have a value. So there can only be a certain amount of money in the world, because if you just kept printing bills, then money becomes worthless. So you can't do that. So yeah, so there's got to be a cause and effect, or else the teacher will attack you. Oh, she can try. She can try. I don't care. The vegan teacher's more than welcome to attack me. I've got nothing against her, so I'm not going to say anything about her specifically or do anything to her. So if she not doing any videos on her, not if I can help it. I've got a good COVID joke, but it's 99% of people wouldn't get it. Yeah, I get it. All right. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great night, and I'll see you on the next video. So that is, I'm going to write this down. It's Bounce of the Labrador, Creepypasta Smile Dog, and it's, where was I? It is James Charles in one picture. That's what we have to do. Okay. No worries. Did you know a Home Alone burglars of... Did you know? No, I did not. Okay, I did not know that. So the Home Alone burglars are vegans. There you go. I didn't know that. But they're getting a bit old now, so maybe they have to be vegan for health reasons. I mean, Joe Pesci, I'm pretty sure, was one of the Home Alone burglars, and he was never a guy in great shape. So peace out, Freebird. Yeah, he was never a guy in great shape. So yeah, anyway, peace out.